My God. Are you on YouTube not even hearing me and not even telling me that you're not hearing me? Did you just hear me? Like, there's two people in the room. Can you just let me know if you heard all of what I was talking about, or you're just like staring at me talking and not even listening? You hear me on Instagram, right, Mr. Frankie? You just acknowledged something. I think you just heard me. Do the YouTube people, can you just respond to me? Can you like put a comment that you, I don't even know if you just like heard me. I really hope you did, because I didn't adjust my volume, but I kind of have a feeling you didn't. And I just spent 19 minutes dropping some deep ass shit that only y'all on Insta got. So Mr. Frankie, thank you for that on the Insta. The YouTube people ain't playing so kind. They're not letting me know what's going on in the chat. So I don't really know what's happening there. But anyway. Oh my gosh, now I see the YouTube people. Oh my God. I am a jerk. I'm sorry. Mercury is retrograde and I'm a newbie and you can't hear me, and now you can hear me. Mercury retrograde be bussin' me, man. Oh my God. This is my life. This is my astrology life. Alareza, you can't hear anything. I hope you can hear me now. And I'm all like, these people aren't commenting, and they are, and I didn't have my chat window. I don't even know. I'm a millennial, y'all, but let me just tell you, I'm a millennial, and I am a little late to the party in some of the things that my millennial brethren are well up on. So it takes me some time to like get with the things. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna have to redo this for y'all on the YouTube, so there's that. But I am in the chat window now. If y'all say anything on YouTube, I hope you can hear me now, according to my little thing at the bottom. Can you hear me now, YouTube people? YouTube people. There are two people in the room, though. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, well, then I might have to start the chat over. Oh, now you can hear me. Good. Glad to hear that. So, glad to hear that. That's millennial. That wasn't millennial retrograde. That's Mercury retrograde, y'all. Damn, y'all on the YouTube didn't hear all that wisdom I just dropped. And that was the only one that I was like recording on, too. That's okay. Universe works in mysterious ways. Mr. Frankie, I'm going to have to start over with you. You're going to have to sit through Libra again, so I hope you don't mind. So, all right, everybody, we're going to start this from the top. Tanya's going to do some nifty little video editing. Can you edit a YouTube live? Does anybody know if you can edit a YouTube live after it's already up? Because this ain't even my usual thing. I can't believe I just wasted so much time on that. I've literally spent 20 minutes. It's all good. I was late too, says Mr. Frankie. Okay, I like your vibe, bro. Good to see you here. Thanks for being here. All right, y'all. We used to start this over. I'm going to put some tag in the top of the YouTube. Be like, start at 22 minutes, y'all, because that's my master builder number. All right. Well, we back. Hey, everybody. If you're into Wizdom Dropz, welcome. Thank you for being here. Subscribe if you're new. I put a video up on YouTube every single day. It's free to you. It's great content. It is, from 11 years of study, and it's saving you a lot of time. If you're trying to learn astrology, I'm going to save you a lot of time. So go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, support your girl. If you're into readings, I do offer those. You just contact me at the Gmail address in my description box on YouTube, on my link on Instagram profile. And you can also join astrology school if you're into that sort of thing. We do an astrology school. It's starting now. It starts in less than a month. I just did a soft launch like convo with everybody. We just vibed for 3 hours before this. And I was saying before that I just got off a 3-hour call and I feel great. And so that ought to tell you a lot about the quality of astrology school. And this was just a soft launch, but we went deep. And so this is a 26-week-long program. If you're not already up, it's for people who are really serious about growing their astrological skill sets and learning astrology for themselves and having that power within to interpret the stars in their chart, in everybody else's chart, in any chart. That's what I want to give you. I'm real passionate about skill building. And if you're here for that, if you want to grow your skill, then you found the right source for astrological learning. So thank you to everybody who does support this channel and likes and comments and chooses to, enroll in astrology school. My students are so awesome. If you do end up joining, I think y'all are going to love it. We're soft launching right now. So we're about to launch. It starts the 11th of July. So I hope to see y'all in my inboxes. You can reach out to me if you want to enroll in astrology school using the link at the top of the description box on YouTube. There's also a link in my Instagram bio. I have one of those links, okay? So thank you to everybody for being here. Thank you for liking. If you are tuning in live as well, I appreciate when you like the video on YouTube. It actually helps more of my viewers get the memo that this is going on, and just everybody out there get the word out. So thanks if you're on the YouTube. If you don't mind smashing that like button when I say something relevant, or just to give me that love. That's cool. So we're gonna jump back into it. We got Libra versus Scorpio. You've heard Libras and Scorpios are so different. You've seen Libras and Scorpios are very different. You've lived out an experience in your life that has affirmed for you that Libra is different than Scorpio. And these two signs, they're both beautiful. They both have like their own beauty to them. And they both have their own, gifts that they offer. Now, Libra is more concerned with the shallow stuff. It's more concerned with the stuff that is Venus natured, because that's the planet that rules Libra. Scorpio, on the other hand, is more concerned with Mars. And Mars is the more like impassioned, like kind of like sultry, sexy, like aggressive kind of passion. Like, ooh, I'm gonna get you, that kind of like passion. And Venus is more the like, I'm just gonna eat you up, that kind of passion. So there's that. And now Libra, though, Libra beauty, to ground this, they're more concerned with the aesthetic. They're more concerned with the visual beauty. They're more concerned with the ornate beauty, the classic beauty, the beauty that is going to pass the test of time. Saturn is in great dignity when it's in the sign of Libra. So that ought to tell you something about the seriousness that Libra really likes, a classic, refined palette of beauty, a classic, refined system. And that's why they're classically beautiful, because they pass everybody's beauty filter. You know what I mean? Libra people have a certain grace, a certain je ne sais quoi, a certain cuteness, attractiveness, whatever you want to call it. And it's all visual. It's all visual based. It's visual based at the end of the day. And it's also functionally based and grounded in relationship. And that's what I want to make sure y'all understand, is that part of the Libra beauty is the fact that they harmonize. They're not causing a ruckus all the time. They're not in there smashing up, causing a mess, making it hard for everybody to be around. No. Libras, a lot of times when you spend time with Libras, it's just like so pleasant. It's like, oh, Libra, you're so nice. You're so pleasant to be around. You're so beautiful, It's just like a pleasant, fun time, And it's like cool, like Libra, and everything is good in Libra world. And then when they leave, you're like, oh my God, they're so cute. Like, don't you miss so-and-so? Like, even when you're getting bad news, when it comes from a Libra, it's so much better. When you come from a Libra, like with the bad news, it's just like, oh my God, it's better from a Libra than from somebody else, because they maintain you in the process. That's part of their beauty. Libras maintain you when they're talking with you. They maintain the relationship with people. They maintain the humanity within it all, right? And this is the high vibe Libra I'm talking about. High vibe Libra people are very elegant, very eloquent. They speak a lot of truth. They give a lot of grace with their words, if they so choose, and their actions. They're not trying to cause drama. 9 times out of 10, Libras are harmonizers, and they're also great social organizers. So their beauty comes in many forms. The beauty is aesthetically beautiful and fits through the filter of what society tells us is beautiful, yes. And yes, their beauty is elegant and it's classic, right? Saturn is in great dignity when it's in Libra, right? And at the same time, they're also more concerned with this, the harmonizing and the union and the bonding that is Venus, like the marriage party planner person, the wedding planner is what I'm saying, the social event planner, right, gatherer. These are the people who are Libras or have Libra somewhere strong in their chart. They know how to make things gel. They know how to make things vibe. They know how to make things join. Venus joins. It's bonding force. And it's inherently social because it's an air sign, Libra. So their beauty is of a social nature. Part of their beauty and their attractiveness is how they conduct themselves with others. Part of the Libra beauty is how they conduct themselves with others. That's their beauty, is that they're socially driven, inclined, and aware. That's part of the Libra sexy, if you will. That's part of the Libra palette. You know what I mean? Now, at this, and as I was saying earlier, Libras, that doesn't mean they don't stand up for anything. Quite the contrary. They are a cardinal energy, so they do stand for something. You know what I mean? And that cardinal energy is going to stand for justice, and it's a lawyer energy. It's a legal fighter. When somebody stands up for you in court, or for the cause of a person, or of a group of people, or for the environment, or for whatever it may be, the world that we live in, when somebody does that in an elegant way and a fierce way, that is Libran. When they do it in a way that is going to get results, and they actually like stand on something, but they do it elegantly, they do it with grace, they do it with class, that's Libra beauty. That is Libra beauty. Libra beauty is very classy and elegant, and it will stand for something too. It can be fierce as well. And let's not forget, everybody, Libra has Aries on the 7th house. So if they need to get fiery with people, Libras can do what they do. They can do what they need to do when they need to do it. But that's not their motive. They don't want to be like that. They want to be like beautiful and known for that within their groups. And they want to be known for their spark within their groups and relationships. And they want to honor that in other people in their groups and relationships that they're a part of. That's, again, why Libra is so beautiful, because they want to see your beauty too. And 9 times out of 10, Libras want to see everybody win. For Libras, it's more about let's all be beautiful more than it is let me be the most beautiful one in the room. That's not what it's about when it comes to Libra. And that's, again, part of their charm, part of their beauty, because they want you to be beautiful too. They want to see you win too. They want to see you succeed too. We Libras, we're not concerned about just us. We're concerned about all of y'all, because now I'm talking we tense, so I'm telling you the truth that my sun is in Libra, you know what I mean? I got a stellium in Scorpio, and I know y'all on the internet have been asking me to do videos on this, the Libra-Scorpio cusp, so here you go, baby. You got both of them explained today in their beauty language, their love language. But Libras care about humanity. Libras care about people, and that is part of their sexy, because not only are they physically, like, they pass through a certain filter of what beauty is, but they also stand for something that is human. They stand for something that is people-oriented, and they stand for the joining and the unity and the coming together and the beauty and the positivity that can come from union, that comes from relationship, that comes from working with people. You understand? So Libra is beautiful like that. It carries grace, and it carries elegance, and it carries a timeless sort of appeal to it. It's roses, it's roses. It's the social roses. It is the social butterfly, but it's classic is what I'm getting at. It's classic, It's like, how could you not love that when they're in high vibration? That's Libra beauty. And so in relationship, Libras also value, right, that. So that is Libra love language in some ways. If you're with a Libra, they want you to treat them with respect just as much as they treat you with respect. And they also want to be physically attractive in general, and they want you to be physically attractive too. Yeah. Are you a Libra, Mr. Frankie? I'm curious. But, it's a Libra energy. It's going to be like, it's more about like, hey, we got to respect each other, and I want to look a certain way and conduct myself a certain way that passes through a certain social standard. Okay. That is certain like social acceptability, and also like, beauty or whatever. And they want you to be upheld to that same level too, if you're in relationship with them. Okay. 9 times out of 10, and they're about standing for something that is a certain standard. Libras do have a standard, put it that way. Okay. Now, you said Aqua. Ooh, Aquarius. That's fun. I love Aquarius people. So, yeah, drop your signs. If you all know your key 3, Libra, Moon, and Vedic. Lizzie Darko, what's up, girl? I'm just now checking the chat on YouTube. Good to see you here. Where were you at? You didn't show up for the masterclass, but you registered. I was like, I'm going to get to meet Lizzie Darko, and you did not show up. He's throwing hearts on the Instagram. That's awesome. Y'all are so cool. I'm glad to hear that. So yeah, let me know your key 3. If you know your ascendant, sun, and moon. Just curious who's here, who vibes, But yeah, see, that's the Libra. And the Scorpio is more about the sexy hot. The Scorpio is the hot, the classic hot, like, oh, look at those, or look at that, that kind of hot, or like, I bet I could do that with that. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, that's the kind of sultry, steamy, passionate, like, yeah, kinky. And yeah, it is darker. They're sexy. That's not to say it's worse. To some of us, that's better. But that's the point. To Scorpio, that's better. The like tempting, or the taboo, or the like the ultra like sexy kind of merging, not kind of, the merging that can take place at a tantric energetic level. That does take place. Y'all know whenever you get it on with somebody, you link with them energetically. We throw this stuff around like it's all playing games a lot of times as humanity. But once you start to learn about how you link yourself dharmically, karmically, energetically with people every time you get it on with them, you start becoming a lot more discerning about who you allow into your temple. You understand what I'm saying? So, well, or into your energy sphere if you're a heteronormative man who doesn't have any kind of inside interaction, so to speak, you know what I'm saying, with yourself. I'll get out of those weeds. We don't need to get into that conversation. But the point is, the Scorpio people, it's all about the like tantric like experience, who's about like that joining, that bond, that relationship. It's about the merging, about the union, about the truth and the darker, deeper matters. And that's, like I say, it's better for some people. And it's also about the occult, and it's also about the sense of going beyond the veil is what's actually beautiful to Scorpio. And it's the real deal, sincere stuff. As I was saying earlier on the YouTube before I figured out that the volume was crazy, you know what I mean? The Scorpio sexy is in the Scorpio beauty, I should say, is the beauty that you can find when somebody dear to you passes on. When somebody dear to you passes on and you're just like, this is literally the worst thing, and it's the hardest thing, and it's the ugliest thing, and you hate it, and you're just sobbing, and you just feel so alone and detached and whatever else, right? Scorpio beauty is the beauty that you can find in that moment. When you find the beauty in someone passing and you understand that them passing is in and of itself, it's not all just ugly, that there's beauty within that too, that they're free now, that they're liberated now, whatever the thing that you find beautiful within that, Scorpio. Maybe the impermanence of life is beautiful to you, Scorpio. Maybe that's what gets you, appreciating the beauty in the situation. But the point is, it's a darker beauty. It's the shadow beauty. Scorpio beauty is not the butterflies and sunshine, like, oh my God, look at their rosy cheeks, they're so cute. No, it's more like with Libra. With Scorpio, it's more like, oh my God, I want to fuck their brains out. Like, it's so deep, like it's so, I hope I'm not offending. I never know who's tuning in, but I don't feel like my channel is under 13 years old people, so I don't feel like I need to censor every word that comes out of my mouth. I feel like y'all are adults and you can handle adult language. Yeah, but just a quick, side note. But I don't mean to be disrespectful, all that to say, if there are like young people around, I hope I'm not offending any kids or anything, and yeah, I digress. The point being, Scorpio is that. Scorpio, my Mercury's in Scorpio, can you tell? So, and it's conjunct Mars, so I'm real raunchy with my words. So I'm like, let me tell you. Anyway, the Scorpio is darker, it's deeper, it's sexier, it's more tantric, and it's more sincerity oriented. And it is taboo, and it is the occult, and it is the unknown, and it is the magical, and it is the dominatrix, and it's the power of it all. It's the power that you can get off on, switching power roles, whatever, you know what I mean? It's that sort of, let me toy with this energy. That's very Scorpio. We got Mr. Frankie on the Instagram being like, sun is in Aquarius, moon is in Taurus, and the rising is in Pisces. Well, you sound like a party. You got an Aquarius, Taurus, Pisces. Wow. So you're sensitive, analytical, and grounded? Good for you, Mr. Frankie. Who are y'all? Let me see your key 3. Who else is writing in here? What we got in the YouTube chat? Fire and Knives. What's up, bro? Good to see you here. Thanks for being in the room. It's good to catch you on the live. Scorpio sun, Cancer ascendant, Capricorn moon. All water and earth. Look at you. Wow. So Scorpio sexy is more of what you're personally working with for your kind of energy of that. That makes sense. And smiles from ear to ear. Lissy Darko, never. You're the one, roll. I love the roses. No lies are detected here. Hey, yo. That was funny because that was a Scorpio wink. That's super funny. Mr. Frankie says, fortunately and unfortunately, but thankfully. That's right, but thankfully. Keep that Pisces rising in check, yo. Keep with that positive vibe. Keep bringing that, magnetizing that to yourself. Jupiter is your magnetizer energy too, so that's right. Be thankful for that. Let your curse be your blessing, honey. Okay. But with that said, With that said, the Scorpio beauty is the deeper beauty. It's the darker beauty. By the way, if y'all are on YouTube, smash the like button for a sister, because, I'm out here giving you all this free knowledge. It helps more people get the free knowledge when you hit the like button. So thank you to everybody who's been doing that. And please, feel free to do that in exchange. It's really cool. Bryce Round says Scorpio vibes. Hey, I'm down to support the channel by watching lives and leaving likes. Thanks, bro. That's what's up. That's what we talking about around here. So, what's up, girl? So yeah, the Scorpio beauty is gonna be more hardcore. That's the summary for y'all. It's more hardcore. It's more hardcore. And thanks for the likes, y'all, on YouTube. That's so sweet. I appreciate y'all so much. I really do. Like, it helps other people get the content. Like, I just appreciate that, because that's why I'm here. I'm here to try to give you this skill so you can turn this in your life and interpret some things for yourself, and like work with the energy. So Scorpio, though, is more like about the darker side, as I say. And I keep saying darker. I want you to make sure you don't think of that in the context of being negative. There's a big problem. Yes, there's a big problem in society where we associate the darker stuff, okay, with the negative stuff. And we need to throw that on its head for a minute when we talk about Scorpio. Remember, I just said Scorpio is the beauty you find when somebody close to you passes on. It's like that is a challenging experience. That's a painful, lonely experience. But when you find the beauty in it, that helps you gain your own power. That helps you access your own power. And so, and also darker can mean like, darker. And also like literally darker. Like, I love people of all cultures, you know what I mean? But if I look back at the palette of people I've been with, and I have a lot of Scorpio energy in my chart, a lot of them are melanated. And part of that is because my soul's pretty melanated, if you haven't picked that up. But also, like, I have a Scorpio stellium, and to me, that's really hot. A lot of times I'm like, that's really beautiful. It's really beautiful to have that. Now, of course, there's deeper levels to these things. But what I want to tell you about Scorpio energy is that it is literally darker, perhaps. It is also more concerned with the sincerity of a matter, the deathly serious stuff. So what makes Scorpio beauty different than Libra beauty is that Libra beauty will stand the test of time. It'll be very elegant. It'll be very like, worthy of maintaining a standard for a longer duration of time that is Saturn proven, right? Even though Libra is ruled by Venus, Venus and Saturn have such an affinity. You get the point. It's a classic beauty. But the thing about that with it, when it comes to Scorpio is the beauty you have to work for. And I said this in our soft launch to WizdomDropz Astrology School today, and the students were like, yes, that makes so much sense. Pluto energy, Scorpio energy, okay? And yes, Scorpio is originally ruled by Mars, right? It's the beauty or the power, but in this video, it's the beauty that you have to work for to get. And when I say work for, y'all, I'm not talking about you got to put in the grind. You got to put in that everyday work. No, it's not Saturn work. No. You got to work like you got to go through the loss and the gain from that loss. When you have Scorpio energy, that's what it forces you to do. And because you know how to bounce back from a wound, because you know how to bounce back from an experience that caused you pain, when you have Scorpio energy, that is your sexy. That is where you gain sexy points, because you know how to bounce back from the hard stuff, from the painful stuff. You understand? And that's where the Scorpio, it's like a certain grit to it. So Scorpio beauty is more of a grit variety. It's more of a, and as I said, it's a harder earned kind of beauty. And that's why you find the dominatrix beauty, right, in Scorpio territory. That's why you find it in Scorpio territory, right? Because it is the darker energy. It's the more taboo energy. And it is, occult. So maybe you got some occultist dominatrix. I don't know what you're into. But Scorpio beauty is the tantric. It is the like when you, and again, this is like not for children. So if you're a child, go away. I don't want no children hearing what I'm about to say. Go, shoot. But, adults only, in other words. I'm glad somebody just left because that meant they were a kid. As I said that. But, when you are having romantic engagement with somebody, and there is a moment where, you're with somebody who can really like access you at a certain level, they're like so just like deeply in you, merged with you, if you're in them or whatever, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you're so deeply like, oh my God. And it's just like, yo, it's beyond the physical. It's beyond that. It's like everything. It's all at once. You know what I'm saying? That very deep tantric, like real deal, like that is a real thing. That merge that happens when you're with a special type of someone, you know what I'm saying? That is something that is scorpionic. That is very much so scorpionic. That is a Scorpio experience. So when we then look at the beauty and we're trying to understand beauty from the different lenses of Libra lens and Scorpio lens, okay, we can understand that the Scorpio beauty is going to be more of that like root chakra nature. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just letting you know the difference. And it's more primal. It's more, like I say, it can be more lusty, and it doesn't have to be. The other flip side of Scorpio love that people don't often understand is that Scorpio, especially if they have a lot of Virgo in their chart, they're very selective about who they choose to merge with like that. And that's part of the, honestly, part of the attraction and the sexiness of Scorpio energy is that they are selective. The thing about Scorpio beauty is that Scorpio beauty will be sought. Scorpio beauty, everybody will try to get with a Scorpio. Everybody loves to get with a Scorpio. Everybody wants to fuck a Scorpio. Everybody, who don't want to do that with a Scorpio? Scorpios are hot. You know, Scorpio men have big schlongs. I have seen it. Literally. No. But for real, they do. They tend to have bigger parts or nicer parts, more pleasant parts. Okay. And Scorpio women, you know, got a certain magnetism, a certain like, damn girl, you just got it. You're so hot, you know. Everybody's just like, oh my God, I can't even handle her hot, you know. And they just follow you around. And when you're a Scorpio energy person, you have that heavy in your life. It's just like you are a magnet for people, and whether or not you choose to engage with them is on you. So even on your worst day, yes, even on your worst day, people will come to you and they'll be all up in you trying to sip your nectar, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever. You don't need that though, Scorpio. And when you learn boundaries for yourself that feel true with your GPS, and some Scorpios' boundaries are just bounce chicka wow wow all day long, every day, no matter who, whatever they want to do with whatever, whenever. And you know what? That's cool. If that's cool for you, that's cool for you. That's cool for you. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of Scorpios are the exact opposite because they do roll the poles. They rule the poles. And honestly, if you did go, speaking of poles, if you saw like pole dancers or sex workers even, or people who are into more like of that, like I say, taboo, like or even porn stars or whatever, I don't personally engage with that sort of energy because I just feel like I have a lot of Virgo in my chart, and I have a lot of Scorpio too, so don't get me wrong, your girl got the Scorpio Libra vibes, you know, but I am that. Like, I can just look in the mirror and see it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be like a bitch, but I'm also like, I'm okay. Like, I don't really need to do that. So anyway, I respect people for what their yum is. You know what I mean? Respect you for your yum. You know what I'm saying? You do your yum. But anyway, the Scorpio energy people, in those spheres, you're gonna in those spheres, you're gonna find a lot of Scorpios. Because they know they're that, and they can conduct themselves like that, and get paid for that, and get paid good money for that. You know what I mean? Because they know they're that. Scorpio knows they're that. Scorpio can do that if they want to do that. And the other side is that they're very selective, and they're very high vibe. And these are people who are, you know, like I say, that like I'm more in this camp of Scorpio. Like, you have like a specific thing that you know works, and when it works, and you are loyal. You are so loyal when you are in your high vibe. Scorpio energy high vibe is very loyal. It's very, very loyal. It's very, very loyal. And that's the lucky thing when you get a Scorpio who you really know fits. And Scorpio, when you're with somebody who you know really fits, they are so lucky to have you. Because you are like the bomb.com. It doesn't even matter, like, whatever your physical package is, like your embodiment, you provide sexy to them, and you provide loyalty to them. When you choose to be loyal, Scorpio, when you feel inclined to be loyal, you are deeply loyal. Nobody can even mess with it. When you're so loyal to somebody, Scorpio, nobody can even mess with your loyalty. because you are just sincerely, that's literally the only person you want. Like, you're a Scorpio energy person, you're always going to understand when somebody's sexy. You can be you can totally, you know about that yourself. Like, you're going to look at people's butts or their breasts or their faces and have like a reaction and be like, "Oh, they're attractive." Like, and you can say that to yourself. You can observe that. But at the same time that you can observe that, when you have a lot of Scorpio energy in yourself and say you're in a committed partnership, whether this is just a relationship or a serious relationship, like a marriage, you will find that you can notice those things, but it doesn't even appeal to you. It's like you can see it and be like, yeah, that's beautiful, but you have no yearning inside to engage with that energy any more than just observing it. You don't need to do everything else with it, because whoever you got at home, that's what you want to mess with at the end of the day. And you're so like consumed with that it's like, no, that's all I need. I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, with that. And it's just like, that is genuinely just like where your primal energy is directed when you have a lot of Scorpio energy. So that's an interesting thing on beauty. I just went into like a lot of the love language type of stuff there. And before I talk about how the physicality of these two signs manifests in terms of their beauty, I'm going to catch up on the YouTube comments. Let's see what we got. Just logged on. No audio until after 21 minutes. I know, right? We figured that out earlier. It's crazy. 22 minutes on is the shiznit. The depth of the depths, Lissy Darko. You already know. Bryce is right. She has an intimate, comprehensive, colorful understanding of different aspects of astrology. Bryce said Scorpio and vibes. Oh, right, fire. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Shoot. Jupiter, Virgo, retrograde, yes. Venus, Mars, Aqua, yes. Cats crying and laughing. Libra moon, groovy. Scorpio is the shiznit. Oh, yeah. Mercury in Scorpio is the shiznit. It is. I'm very thankful to have Mercury in Scorpio. It is pretty dope. Anastasia Mirnik. I might be saying that wrong. Hey, girl, what's up? Pow love, and I love you. Thank you. Hey, Scorpio Sun, Libra Moon, what's up? And Fire Knives back with I value loyalty greatly. And over the years, I've learned to become much more discerning in who I allow into my life. Pain and lessons learned from wanting to merge and give to the wrong ones. Yo! Fire Knives, that is the Scorpio story, my friend. That is literally the Scorpio evolution. So you've gone through all that burn of the Scorpio, and remember I mentioned this earlier, this is part of y'all's beauty, part of y'all's sexy, is that you've gone through that sort of thing. The negative thing, the challenging thing, the painful thing, you've gone through it, and now you have all the much more to offer. You understand? Because you've gone through that, you understand what it actually means now. It's almost like the value of that takes on even more value for you now. And it's not just value for you, it's value for your partners too. Yeah. So that's, I hope that's like helpful in that context. Now let's go on to the physical attributes. And thanks for liking the video, y'all. I see that y'all on the YouTube are liking the content. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. And, with that said, like, the Scorpio, let's start there since we're already talking about it. Wait, I'll ask the live people. If you're live right now, you get to vote. Do we start with the physical expressions of Libra, or do we start with the physical expressions of Scorpio? Because I want to know what you want me to talk about first. Because we're going to dive in a little bit deeper than we usually do. We're just hanging out for a minute in this live. I'm going to be cruising with y'all probably the next 8 minutes. So let me know what you want to hear first. You want to hear Libra first? You want to hear Scorpio first? Nobody got an opinion? I got you like a 3-second coffee break. She says Scorpio, y'all. Is somebody gonna, or he? I don't know who's Slim Jim. Maybe you're he. He says Scorpio. Are y'all gonna outvote? What you gonna do? You gonna start with Scorpio or Libra? Scorpio. Mr. Frankie said Scorpio. Scorpio again. Lissy Darko. Ooh, Libras just got outvoted. Okay. We start with Scorpio. Okay, so Scorpio physical appearances. This is how you spot a Scorpio beauty. And this could be Scorpio, sun and sun or moon, whatever, or stellium, right? And yeah. Scorpio beauty is going to be the beauty where you just look at it and you're like, you get kind of like lusty, to be honest. Like, you can get kind of like, do you like how I use a paper towel to wipe my camera after I say that? But it was like, here's my not lusty, ugly paper towel. Let me wash this. But for real though, like it's the type of stuff where you're just like, like it just brings you down to some primal type of level. And it's also, Scorpio is like very tantric and tight, and they wear dark colors very well. With women, Scorpio energy tends to manifest with really nice dark velvet red lipstick, right? And just Scorpio women just love that shit. They eat it up for supper. They're like, oh, this is what I should have been born with on my lips, because it's just like that, you know? And so it's like, they're just hot like that. And with Scorpio men, I see this a lot. And this could probably go for women too with the Scorpio energy, actually, but especially with men, I've noticed this. They might not say a lot. They might not have like a lot of extroverted kind of like energy to them. They might not be the first person in the room to really like talk publicly or engage or whatever. But they're either the person in the room who's like really quiet and just observing everything and everybody, and or they're the person in the room who's up on the stage telling you what everybody's about to go and do, because they're the controller or the manager of the situation. And they're like the top like CEO or whatever of the operation. They're the leader of that team that's about to execute a specific goal, and they're getting everybody together for the powwow, and it's going to be this, and this is how you're going to play, and this is how you're going to play, and this is what our end goal is, and this is what we're going to get done. That's like very Scorpio as well. And Scorpio men a lot don't even like say a whole lot, but when they do say something, it's usually very powerful and potent. And or it could be when they're in a lower vibration, it could just be kind of crass and like sexual in nature, or they just might use a lot of vulgar words. You know, and again, the chart is going to read out based on all the planets, like a couple other things that can make that as like Mars and Mercury together in the chart, right? But you get my point. So, and when they do talk though, like I say, it's about serious topics, and it's about like real deal stuff. And there's something about them when Scorpio like is in the room, and you like know they're in the room. There's something about them and their beauty and their sexy where like they just captivate you. They're just like tantrically captivating, and they have a certain presence to them where, you know, like if you were to be allowed into their life, you'd be the luckiest person on earth kind of feeling. And if you were to screw them over, you would be the worst off person in the world. Do you understand? There's something in them that shows you that back at them. And that almost like danger of like, I could be the luckiest person or the most person in the world right now with you. You know what I mean? That is part of what makes them so like, oh my God, like captivating and hot. And like I say, the physical beauty too, like a lot of times they have like their sexy parts, regardless of gender. Like I was mentioning men earlier, and Scorpio men, you know, having bigger parts, but women can too have bigger, like say breasts, or they might have not even bigger breasts, but just more curve to their body. Like a lot of times Scorpio women, Scorpio goddesses I see out here, you know, they got like a lot of curve, and they can be like, they can come in the form of like, you know, curve, like they're larger and voluptuous, and they got a lot of like sexy curve. But a lot of times Scorpio sexy is more like the difference, regardless of how their body incarnates, it's the difference between different points on the body. Like there's a certain, like this part is little and this part is big, and that brings you into this like, ooh, attraction kind of thing, right? With a Scorpio goddess or a Scorpio woman. So there's that. And also in terms of their fashion style, regardless of their gender or their expression, their fashion style is going to be darker. Their fashion style is going to be more in that red, black, purple range a lot of the times, and even like gray, but a lot of times black. Scorpios just wear black so well, like so well. So Scorpio, regardless of gender, they could just be that sultry, sexy black. And when you're a Scorpio and you're wearing black, forget about it. Game over. You conduct the show. Like that's a good tip for Scorpios out there, actually. If you're like trying to find the right person and just like be in your vibe more, you probably already know this because you're so intuitive, right? But baby, you wear black. Don't forget about it. You wear black. Scorpio people, it's your color. You understand? So And also just like, you know, Scorpio women tend to be more like, they can be like more conservative and not showing you a lot. Like they could be dressed like very conservatively, but like you could just know that there's so much more than meets the eye and you're just like drawn into it. But a lot of times they're not shy about showing their cleavage or their assets. You know what I mean? A lot of times y'all are cool with that and it's not a big deal to you and it's you being in your power. You know what I mean? So more Scorpio. Yeah. So Scorpio people are just like, you're in that. You're in the, yeah, 100. It's in your power, right? So it's like a little peep of stuff. And so at work, gotta run. Thank you for the engaging discussion day. Appreciate you. You're welcome. Appreciate you. Be sure to stay tuned. If you're not on YouTube with me, Mr. Frankie, be sure to check us out. Wizdom Dropz on the YouTube. We post a video every day over there. Deuces. Have fun. So, you know, I mean, I'm not done with y'all yet though on YouTube. Don't worry. But the Venus, you know, aspect of this with the Libra, on the contrary, it looks at Scorpio like, that's so taboo, or that's so like over the top, like that's so, you know, whatever. They could look at that. Now at the same time, the second house of Libra is Scorpio, and if I didn't mention that, I would be a bad astrologer. So the second house of Libra is Scorpio, and what does that mean? That's like a little wrench and everything, you know what I mean? So I mean, that's going to be telling you that Libras at the end of the day actually value, okay? They actually value that Scorpio stuff. So if you ever do find a Libra who's dissing on the Scorpio thing, it's because there's something wrong with their second house. And that Libra is also probably not magnetizing a lot of financial wealth or financial wellness for themselves, because the second house is Scorpio and they're meant to engage with that sexy energy a little bit. You understand? And that's part of their self-worth. Their self-esteem is based off of their sex appeal, Libras, because their second house, anybody's second house, right, is their self-esteem house. So if Libras aren't beautiful, then Libras aren't sexy, then Libras don't have self-esteem value. And Libra sun is a sign notorious for having low self-esteem. You got to understand that. And that's the irony, because usually people love them and like really appreciate their beauty in different ways, right? But that's just the way it goes. So you get an idea for the Scorpio beauty. The Scorpio beauty is tantric, it's darker, it's sexy, it's taboo, and it can be dangerous, kids. In a dangerous situation, it can be in a dangerous situation. In a like manipulative, dangerous situation, they could be turned on by that. And it's like, ooh, that's real bad. That's real bad. That's where you get real dangerous. You know what I mean? Really dangerous with the Scorpio energy. It can just be like fun to play those bad games or to be in those bad games, and it's not groovy, you know. It's just maybe that's part of your shadow as a Scorpio that you're working through. No disrespect, I'm just letting you know. T-A. When Scorpio is in high vibes, people are more kind of jealous of their energy. So how to block such an evil eye? Oh, I love that question. Ajith, am I saying your name right? Ajith Thomas. So, you know, that's a great question. When people are jealous of you, Scorpio, before I move on to the Libra beauty, right, and talk about that in relationship to Scorpio beauty and how they differ and compare, how do you get rid of that? You just got to rise above it, babe. You got to rise above it. You got to rise above it and be the Scorpio Phoenix. And you know what you turn that into? You know how you do that? I'm going to tell you. This is a cool thing. I had to learn this in my own life. When people hate on you, it's because they see something in you that they wish they had. So when they hate on you, don't get caught up in the bullshit vibe that they're sending your way. You don't have space for that in your life, or you shouldn't, if you're in control of what you're accepting. You understand? So you just need to understand that that's fuel to your fire, and you turn that into your fire. You're like, you know what? People are jealous of me for this. Can I just thank myself for a minute that I have this? That's what it is, because when they're coming after you, they're trying to bring you down without realizing. You understand? Without realizing that you are high, that you are whatever they're jealous of. So when they're jealous of you, it's a moment to smile, boo. I know they're trying to cause you drama, but just smile. It's like, yo, they're jealous of me right now. Can I just acknowledge that in myself, how humorous that is? That like they're trying to bring me down because they recognize I'm at a certain caliber. Do you see what I'm saying with that? Do Scorpios in the room, do you vibe with me when I say that? Do you vibe that? Transcend, girl, yeah. Fire and Knives, that's Lissy Darko. Fire and Knives, transmutation of perception and energy directed at us. Yes, transmutation of perception and energy directed at us. That's absolutely right. And when you transmute it, it's not just mental. it's not just mental. It's like an emotional, energetic thing. Because when you channel that into your body, your energy body, instead of feeling rage, Scorpio, and I know how hard it can be if you feel like enraged, because believe me, your girl is passionate. I got an Aries moon, and you already know I'm a Libra with a Scorpio stellium, so that ought to tell you everything you need to know about my passion spectrum. I'm like a 10 of passion, you know what I mean? And like, when you're in that kind of like rage mode of like, what the, you just did that to me, you just think this about me, you're going to be jealous because of this and be petty over it because of that. When you're in that kind of like responsiveness mode, that's when you need to check yourself and say, you know what? No, that's not how I'm going to carry this energy right now. That's not the energy I want in my vessel. That's not the energy I want in my life. Take a deep breath, let it all go, burn yourself some sage, and realize that you have something so beautiful inside you that other people who don't yet see that in themselves are jealous of you for having it. And you turn that rage into motivation to become even more of whatever it is they see in you that they're so jealous of. Because when you become more of what that is, it is more of what everybody inherently honors as power within you. Do you see how we're turning this deep on its head right now? And it's not in spite of them. It can be if that's what floats your Scorpio boat. You know what I'm saying? No judgment from your girl. No judgment. You know, as long as you maintain in the right order of ethics and you're supporting, you're not lying to people and hurting people and manipulating people, absolutely no judgment. You do you, boo. You know what I'm saying? And with that, I'm just going to say, though, like, you turn it into your motivation, Scorp. You got to turn it into your motivation. You got it. And it is sometimes persecution is a badge of honor. Yes. As y'all are saying in the chat. That's right. That's right. And that's what Scorpio can also understand. So I hope I just spoke some life into you Scorpios on that and how to reconstruct these haters, because you really can't let haters bring you down, or you let them do your job. You know, yes, you can't be sucked into that. Some of us have a job to do. There you go, girl. She already know. This one's a Libra and a Scorpio. Didn't you just say that? You got a Libra and a Scorpio in your 2 of your key 3. Yes, you pronounced it right. Thank you for your advice. I'm new here. I really find good content here, and you are really such a captivating woman. No men can't resist watching you. You are funny, and thank you. And that would be because I have a Scorpio stellium and I'm a Libra sun. So thank you for the compliment. I appreciate the compliment. Don't forget to subscribe and like Ajith, my content, when you are on the YouTube, because you know we put out a video every day, and the more people who like the content, it helps people. So I thank you for that. So, you know, I think the thing with Libra energy, y'all, do you want to talk about Libra now and how it relates to Scorpio beauty as well? Because, you know, that's pretty tight. And I think you're going to understand more about each of them. So let's hear some feedback from the Libra energy people on the room as I talk about this. And the Scorpio people, if you've seen Libra people with this, let me know your experiences with this, okay? So here's the thing with Libra beauty. The makeup is on. The lip gloss is on. The cute shirt, the cute outfit is on. The classic, actually today, like this type of pink that I'm wearing, this is very Libra. This is like very Libra, like pinkish, flirty-ish, like it's kind of like this, like, I know you can't see, but it's like, wee, like this little like fun, you know, thing. And it's all wrinkled because I've been sitting, but you know, sorry, Libra apologies. But you know, it's like the elegant, rosy, kind of like nurturing colors that are associated with the heart chakra. A lot of times you see Libras really rocking like the rosy pink and the like peridot green. If you know your crystals, peridot, right? Peridot green, like light green, lime green. They can really rock those colors. And also like the classic kind of like lighter colors, and they're more, whereas Scorpio is about the purple and the black and the reds and the deeper kind of like colors, you know. Libra's more about the colors, or the colors, you know, the kind of like relaxing. So they might wear the blues and things like that. It's more pastel, it's more light in that. And then they rock white. Libras rock white. White on a Libra is like, watch out. 9 times out of 10. You know, 9 times out of 10, Libras can really just make white do beautiful things, like white cloth, white fabric, white clothes. You know, look at a Libra in a white dress or a white blouse even. There's just something about white with Libra where it's just like, wow, I didn't know that was happening today, you know? So there's that. And also, like I say, they're about the makeup and the aesthetic and the hair and all the things that are classic. They're about like all that But at the other part of it, Libra's about like safety in style to an extent. They're not the style pusher people. They're not the Aries people. Like Aries people can just be like showing up in all different types of things, and just still people think it's like it's hot, it's their own thing, you know. It's not like that. Libra people are more safe, generally speaking. Libra beauty is much more safe. It's much more tried and true. It's much more common and typical, and you know, it's just more safe. It's less like dangerous and less risque. And so it's kind of in many ways the exact opposite almost of a Scorpio sexy in that regard. And I know I said their second house is Scorpio earlier, so they have to honor the sexy within them. But to Libra, the sexy within them is something that is not necessarily so blatantly sexy. It's just beautiful, and that's part of how they conduct that sexy energy within themselves, if that makes any sense. It's not so much like sexy hot, where the Scorpio is like, no, give me the push-up bra, let me show my cleavage, like let me show my goods a little bit, you know, or whatever, and that's how I'm gonna like show my power to you. Libra power is more, no, I'm gonna show you how absolutely gorgeous I am in all contexts and carry myself like so graceful, like a butterfly, right? So that's part of their attractiveness. And you see it in the fashion reflected in lighter palettes. Oh yeah, that's funny because I'm wearing a pastel. Can you see my pastel green? This is a Libra type of thing. This is a Libra type of color. That's like a Libra, and with the flowers and crap on it, that's so Libra. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, there's little cute flowers. Like, it's so cute. That's like a Libra thing, you know? Whereas a lot of times Scorpio energy is like, I don't want no flowers. Like they might be into something like that because it's so like flowy and it kind of shows their legs a certain way, and it's like kind of like rugged with like the triangles of the cloth or something, and that's sexy to the Scorpio. But usually Scorpio energy is more like, it's flirting with danger. Scorpio sexy is like flirting with danger. It's like flirting with fire. It's like, oh, I got fire. You want to feel a little of it? That ain't even the full extent. And then whereas Libra energy is more like flirting with romance, flirting with, we could be so cute, like flirting with this kind of like, but look at what we could be together kind of thing. And look at what we could do, you know, if we were together in doing this relationship thing or whatever, right? That's more the Scorpio sexy and beauty. So I'm going to take some questions from anybody who's here live, and then I'm going to wrap this up. So Lissy, I'm calling everybody type if you're in the room and you want to know more about this topic of Libra and Scorpio. If you want to give me specific vid requests, type, and now is the time. I love white. I remember when I'd get into fights, I was wearing white. Yo, and that's why, Lissy Darko, because they know that you look hot in it. And they're all like, I can't handle it. I need to be jealous of her and try to bring her down. Girl, I can hardly see your profile picture, but I see it enough to know that you are definitely gorgeous, and people was definitely hating on you being, you know, as they needed to be for their petty selves. That is not you. Okay, no. But for real, I am taking questions, y'all. So if you do have the questions, just go ahead and like type them right now. That'd be really groovy. Libra expression and attraction is very appealing. Beauty and elegance. My Mars is in Libra, which is in detriment, but it actually is an advantage. That's right. That's right. So Fire Knives, didn't you say you're a Scorpio sun as well? Did I get this right from earlier? So you're a Scorpio sun. You're welcome, Lissy. And you're also a Mars in Libra, if I'm not mistaken. You have Scorpio somewhere in your key 3. I know that much. So I think that is going to be, you know, telling you that you have the best of both worlds, my friend. A lot of times when you have that axis energy, like my sun is in Libra at the very last degrees of Libra, but I have a stellium in Scorpio. You know what I mean? I have 3 planets and a significant point, the midheaven in Scorpio. So I also understand what you're saying. There's merits to both of these energies, you know what I mean? And Mars in detriment in Libra or whatever, it doesn't mean that it has to be less than. It's just different. And that goes for all planetary dignities. I could do a whole video debunking dignities. Yo, do you want me to do a debunking dignity video? Let me know, people. I feel like my people are in the room right now. My live people, y'all are in the room. I want to know what you think. You know what I mean? I think people would like that. a detriment debunked, like talking about how when people tell you, oh, your planet's not healthy there, oh, you poor thing, and they try to give you pity for it because they don't actually know bleep about how astrology plays out in real world, and they don't understand how that can actually be a blessing too, and that while it might bring you more challenges in certain regards of your life, it doesn't mean that you're doomed. Because you got a detriment Mars, you might be the classiest one in the room and they don't even know. You know what I mean? They don't even know because they don't even know it. So that's just that. I got that to say on that topic real quick. But let me know if you want me to do that video. Please do it, Lissy says. It's done, girl. You asked, I'm in it. I have Scorpio moon and I love it. That's right. Scorpio moon, same thing as fire and knives. You got Scorpio moon, everybody's always trying to tell you, oh, Scorpio moon, you poor thing. And it's true. You've probably had more trauma. You've probably had more trauma and more drama than you wanted. Understand. And you could have some other painful things that come up with Scorpio moon, some stuff with the mom a lot of times, you know. But at the same time, you have a lot of power because of that. A lot of power that a lot of other people don't really find access to in themselves very often, you know. So that's a gift. Slim Jim says, Ajith says, how do you think about Libra versus Scorpio in a relationship? That's a great question. And then I'm going to get to Slim Jim. So yeah, you're still there, girl. So I think that Libra and Scorpio in a relationship can totally work. And here's why. From the perspective of Libra, okay, Scorpio is the second house. The second house is one super tight, close fam. Like super tight, close fam, right? Like people you are like so close with, it's not even funny. Like you can't mess with this close. Like you grew up here together close, or you're this close. So your second house, if you are a Libra, is Scorpio. So if you find yourself in a relationship with a Scorpio and things are healthy, okay, between Libra and Scorpio, things are healthy. Things are functioning. They're good. You feel nourished. Each other, both of you feel supported. There's no manipulation. There's no games. It's like very real, very genuine. Then you go, boo. You're in a great relationship. Be in a great relationship. You know, that can happen between Scorpio and Libra people. It absolutely can. And from the perspective of Scorpio, Libra is the 12th house. So Libra gets this sense of like, this is my stable person, my true family that's never going to leave me, because the second house, with Scorpio being in the second house, right? From Libra's perspective. And then Scorpio gets the 12th house influence of Libra. Now, people in astrology world will try to tell you no signs close to each other, like immediately next to each other, should date or get along. That's like so basic astrology. Throw it out. The 12th house is, however, considered an ominous house, okay? And it's not always an ominous house, but it can be. And this is why I'm warning you, because you asked me, I'm going to tell you, Ajith, what I think of this. The 12th house can tell you, I'm going to start with the good stuff. You ready for the good stuff? From the perspective of Scorpio, Libras could be their absolutely ideal romantic bedroom partner. And that's because the 12th house rules bedroom pleasures, hidden pleasures, pleasures that are behind the surface. They're not public. They're private. 12th house. Okay. And with a Libra there in your 12th house, Scorpio, we already know that you have a sex drive. It's okay. You know, and with a 12th house activation there, damn, there, that can be beautiful. That can be literally like, also you could get really into like different types of escapism things, like even like role playing could be a huge thing if a Scorpio had a Libra in their life. And that could be something that they get accomplished through that sort of thing. You know, through that sort of partnership. It could be like an affinity, like it serves both of them, is what I'm trying to say. What you need to watch out for, I told you I'd tell you the negatives too. You need to watch out for Libras who would try to put on a show and pretend to be somebody that they're not. But you know, Scorpio's so discerning, it's like, it's not very likely, but it can happen because the 12th house is what's even hidden from ourselves. Even if you're a Scorpio, you still got a 12th house. Everybody got a 12th house. It's your subconscious. And yeah, you're way better at accessing that generally, but it doesn't mean that every Scorpio has never been fooled. You understand? So I'm just going to let you know that that could be a threat almost, or a danger. But more than anything, what I'm trying to stress though is an awareness point. I'm never out here trying to be like, I'm going to warn you, you know, like, no, that's not the vibe right now. So, okay, to Slim Jim, Sun Scorpio, Moon Libra, Mercury Scorpio, Venus Libra, Neptune Scorpio. Damn, yo, you have a lot of that. Good for you, Slim Jim. I have Scorpio Moon. Yes, we talked about. I have a Scorpio Sun. A detriment debunking video would be a great idea. what was your first personal story coming to know astrology? Is gaining more it gaining more of an importance for you? Oh, is it gaining more of an importance for me? Ride or die. Facts. You are so funny. I love having you here in the lives. You always say some things that just like crack me up, Lissy. I don't even know. It's like so fun. So like fire and knives, let's respond to you, man. This is deep. This is a deep question. So yeah, you got that Scorpio Libra thing too, because you got the shared energy there with the Scorpio sun, the Mars and Libra. And my first personal story coming to know astrology, I mean, as a child, my mom put me up on the fact that I was a Libra, and I was like, what does that mean? And so I started researching it, and I'm like the last day of Libra, so I always had to figure that out for myself. I'm like, am I a Libra or Scorpio? And I would read both, and I would identify with both. And it wasn't until many, many, many years later, like 2010, is when I started really, really, capital R, really studying astrology. And so that was when I was starting my journey as a college student at the time. And so I remember when I first, started to get into pulling astrology charts, because I heard Lada Danteva. A lot of you who watch my channel probably know of Lada, Queen Lada. And I watched every video she's ever put out. And I think she's an absolutely incredible astrologer. There's no thinking to it. She is. And she's an excellent teacher. And so I just got really into a lot of stuff. And I just remember going in that wormhole. And, when she was just starting out, 7, 8, 9 years ago, I was watching her as she was putting out that stuff, and I was learning, as she released videos. And so I just caught this bug. And once I started pulling my natal chart, my astrology chart, I was like, oh my God, this like once, because she said something about in your chart. I was like, what does that mean? So I had to start pulling it myself, and I pulled it myself, and I was like, oh my God, I have this whole chart. And then I started to research every little planet in my chart, and then watch 20 videos on just one placement. And y'all probably sitting there laughing because you do the same damn thing, because you're in that cycle of your life now, and you're just now learning astrology. So fire and knives, it became this insatiable yearning and need to really get to the bottom of myself. And then of course I learned, I have a Scorpio stellium. I have 3 planets and my midheaven in Scorpio. No wonder I'm the last day of Libra. I feel like a Libra, but I also feel like a Scorpio. No wonder I also feel like a Scorpio. You know what I mean? So that became a huge awareness moment for me. And the more I learned about just different parts of my chart and what it means, and as the years have gone on, to answer your question, is it gaining more importance for you? Absolutely. I recently lost 6 months ago. I gained. I like to reframe it as my grandmother to the other side. And she's a very important part of my life and always has been. And that was definitely the most painful experience of my life so far. And believe me, I've had a fair share. So, and with that, it happened with the astrology playing out in such precision. Saturn was on my Saturn to the degree, Saturn return. I'm confiding in y'all who are here this far into the video that my Saturn, so now you know a lot about me if you know astrology. So my Saturn was right there when she passed on the degree. It was on a full moon, okay, that was on my south node. The moon was on my south node, which if you know anything about south node, it's loss. And the moon is one's consciousness and soul, right? And also embodiment. By ancient astrology standard, the moon is one's body. And the body planet, the sun, was on the south node the day she passed. And it was on a full moon that was conjunct my south node. You know where my south node is? I'm going to tell you this too. Cancer. It was a full moon in Cancer on my south node. Saturn was exactly on my Saturn. Tell me astrology isn't real. That's a once in a lifetime experience of losing that person. And of all the times that I gained them to the other side, that they gained freedom, that they gained liberation and physical freedom from the pain and the suffering that this human body. Yeah. So astrology is so real, and it's gained even more importance to me throughout the years. Yeah. Do you think a Scorpio moon woman and Aquarius moon man can be vulnerable to each other? That's such a good question. South Node Cancer here too. Oh, I love you too. Thank you. You're so sweet. I love that you're here and found the channel. Your vibe is right. You good girl. Thank you for sharing the vibe. So yeah, I think Scorpio moon woman and Aquarius moon man, I mean, they can be vulnerable to each other. You have to really look at the chart. If I was to answer just on that question, it would not be the best answer. But I will say that you have to watch it when you have a lot of Scorpio energy around a lot of Aquarius energy, because sometimes Aquarius just needs like so much more of a mental process to their emotions. And Scorpio is literally the opposite of that. They're the antithesis of that. Scorpio people, we don't need to think about anything. We just are. We just feel. We just feel. And you don't need to like think through your feelings if you're a typical Scorpio person, you know what I mean? And it's not to say Aquarius heavy people don't just feel too. It just depends on the chart. I've just seen so many like Scorpio stelliums and Aquarius stelliums in my life that I know that there is a theme where Scorpio heavy people, they just have so much deeper emotional life or experience than Aquarius. That isn't to say their emotional life is so-called better, but it's just to say that it's like more generally. And when you have Aquarius energy people, they're more about the like the mental construct and the concept and the more like people specific, and sometimes they just have to process their emotions. And again, that's not to say their emotions are worse or better. It's just to say they have a different experience with their emotions. And when you put a Scorpio emotional experience, which is so embodied, right? And you put an Aquarius emotional experience, which is so in their head, when you put those together, it can be like oil and water. So especially when it's like the Scorpio energy is with the woman and the Aquarius energy is with the man, I do want to be frank when I say be a little aware of that. Like be aware of that and look at the rest of the chart. You really have to look at the rest of the chart. But generally an Aquarius moon person is not going to have the most embodied emotional experience. And because Scorpio does have so much energy and feeling, and because women as bodies, as embodied people, tend to have more vulnerability and just like more of that energy, more of that energy that makes us who we are, if you know what I mean, right? I think it's just, it can be really dangerous. You could put yourself in a situation where you're attracted to some really awesome things that are really hot about the Aquarius, and then you find that the Aquarius doesn't actually have like the emotional depth that maybe you need or are looking for. And I don't want to always label it like emotional depth because I don't want to be disrespectful to like Aquarius people who do have emotions. And I don't want to dismiss your emotional process because I know that y'all don't not have emotions. It just takes y'all a certain mental process to arrive at your emotions sometimes, right? I want to like honor that with you right now. But like I do want to like let you know that you got to be, you know, you got to be aware. You got to be careful out there with your Scorpio person, with an Aquarius person in a relationship, especially if you're the woman and you're the Scorpio, you know, or you're the Scorpio. Thanks for sharing your knowledge and experiences. You bet. Thanks for asking. That's a sincere answer and a beautiful experience, getting that personal a confirmation of new knowledge. Yep. And its relevance to your life. That's absolutely right. Understood. Yes. That's exactly how it goes, you know. And astrology is a powerful tool. I encourage y'all, it doesn't even have to be with me, just get your chart read. Get your chart read by an astrologer. If you haven't yet, you really should, because it gives you so much insight into your life and yourself and just how you interface with the world. It just explains everything, right? Your Venus, Mars, and Saturn Aquarius appreciates the aqua moon, dude. Well, yeah, of course your Venus, Mars, and Saturn in Aquarius appreciates the aqua moon, dude. Look at the rest of his chart. See if he has water signs. If he doesn't have any other water in there, you might want to turn the other way. Save yourself the time. I'm not trying to disrespect, but if you got all that Scorpio energy, girl, you need somebody who can carry some of that current with you. You understand? Yeah, you laugh your ass off because it's true. You know it's true. Yeah, it's just what it is. So, you know. But I thank y'all. And if you do want to get a reading from me, it's WizdomDropz, all Z's at gmail.com. To those of you who are serious about stepping up your astrology game, you want to learn astrology and really just hack the stars once and for all and have the ability to to do this for yourself. Astrology school is enrolling now, and I am so honored and just in love with the fact that that is a program and that people are in it. So you can join us. It's like soft launching now. We're starting to meet live, and the official week 1 is July 11th. So I'm enrolling now. I'm talking with people on Zoom. We're getting a feel of each other and what you want to do with your astrology studies and how I approach this in astrology school. 26-week long program, super dope, 6 months. Come chill with me every Sunday, 12 to 3, and powwow. We powwow over the heavens, and it's straight bliss. So it's such a gift to be there in that capacity, and I welcome you. If you resonate with my content, I welcome you to join us. So thank you all so much for the likes, the comments, the shares, for engaging with this sacred art form that is astrology, for being here and sharing your energy in the chat and just being dope and being like good people out there doing good things. So enjoy your lives. Stay beautiful, my friends. Whether you're a Libra, a Scorpio, both, you got everything going on. A little bit of something here, a little bit of something there. Taking the fresh air, get you some sun. I'm going to get me some sun right now. That said, through next time. Until next time, may the stars be with you. Peace, y'all. Thanks again.